All right, today we're diving into a theory that is, well, it's pretty wild. It connects the rising price of silver not just to markets, but to a potential revolution in physics. We're going to explore how this metal we all know might just be the key to unlocking a whole new dimension of energy.
So right off the bat, we get this bombshell of a statement from our source material. A 3D prison? A ticket out? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a movie, but it's pointing to a really fascinating idea about the physical limits of our world and how we might be on the verge of smashing right through them. So what on earth is this prison we're supposedly stuck in?
Well, our journey starts with a very real problem, a wall that humanity has basically slammed into at full speed. The theory calls it the conductive ceiling, and it's where our entire way of moving energy from one place to another just stops getting better.
Think about every single wire, every power grid, every circuit board on the planet. They all operate under this ceiling. No matter how much power we generate, we hit this fundamental limit when we try to send it somewhere. It's like trying to push the entire Mississippi River through a garden hose. Even with the absolute best materials we have, we're fighting a losing battle. But why?
The source material has a great name for this problem: dimensional friction. You see, in our 3D world, atoms are all crammed together, so when energy tries to squeeze through them, it creates friction. Just like rubbing your hands together creates heat. In the world of electronics, we just call this resistance, and it is the single biggest enemy of efficiency in our entire energy system.
And this isn't some small, insignificant leak we're talking about. That friction, that resistance, it accounts for nearly a third of all the energy we generate being lost as waste heat. 30%. Just let that sink in. For every 3 power plants we build, it's like one of them is running just to heat up the planet for no reason. If we could solve this, it would be like discovering a massive new energy source overnight without building a single new thing.
And here's where we get this weird economic paradox. Silver is the best conductor we have, period. So as our energy demands keep going up, we need more and more of it to try and scrape every last drop of efficiency out of our leaky system. But here's the crazy part. Silver is already as good as it can possibly be. In our 3D world, it has hit its physical limit. It can't get any better. So its price is going up for a feature that's already maxed out.
So, if our best material has hit a dead end, where do we go? Is that it? Well, this theory proposes a solution that is seriously out there. It suggests that maybe we've been asking the wrong question this whole time, and that's what leads to this incredible potential breakthrough.
And this is the question that just flips the whole problem on its head. The theory says we've been trying to find a better car to push through a permanent 3-dimensional traffic jam, when maybe, just maybe, we should have been looking for an overpass.
The idea is that silver has this incredibly unique atomic structure. It lets it act as an antenna that can pick up signals from a fourth spatial dimension. Through a theoretical process they call manifold alignment, you could stretch these silver atoms so they resonate with this higher dimension. Think of it like tuning a radio. You're dialing in the silver to a frequency that exists just outside of our normal perception, opening up this perfectly clear new channel for energy to flow through.
And if you can channel energy through a fourth dimension, you completely bypass the dimensional friction of our 3D world. It's not an issue anymore. The result? You get a perfect conductor, a hyper-conductor, one that works at room temperature with zero resistance. Remember that 30% energy loss we talked about? Poof, it's gone.
The proposed tech to actually do this is called an Ana-Kata turbine. And here's the simple 3-step idea of how it would work. First, you align the silver atoms to resonate with the fourth dimension. Now, the crucial part is step 2. The silver isn't a fuel. It's not getting used up. It's acting as a dimensional filter, only letting energy from this other dimension pass through. And finally, that filter channels what could be a limitless supply of energy right into our world.
A breakthrough like this wouldn't just give us better gadgets, it would force us to completely rewrite our definition of energy itself. The theory basically says that our entire belief in scarcity might be based on a huge misunderstanding.
And this quote just nails it. This is the core idea. What we think of as scarcity might just be a failure of perspective. We think resources are finite because we're only looking at the 3 dimensions we can see and touch. But what if there's an ocean of potential just beyond our sight, in a place we just haven't figured out how to look yet?
This idea leads to a concept called zero-point harvest. So instead of burning things or splitting atoms to get energy, you could have these silver-coated reactors that tap directly into the fundamental energy of space-time itself. In this model, silver becomes the key, the lens that can focus all this background energy and pull it into our world as usable power. And you can see how this completely changes what makes silver valuable. Right now, its 3D value is all about how rare it is and how it's the best of a bad bunch of conductors. But its 4D value, that has nothing to do with scarcity. It's all about access. It's valuable because it's the one and only key that can unlock the door to limitless, free energy.
So let's just imagine for a second. What would a world actually powered by this kind of technology look like? The implications are just staggering. It would kick off with the source calls the 4D revolution.
I mean, think about it. You could have supercomputers running calculations so complex they'd melt today's hardware, but they'd never even get warm. You could beam power wirelessly across the entire planet with absolutely zero loss, making our messy, inefficient grids totally obsolete. Countries would no longer need to fight over oil or gas, leading to a new era of genuine energy independence. It would reshape everything we know about geopolitics, economics, and honestly, human potential.
Which leaves us with this one final mind-bending question. Is our entire society, our entire economic system, all of it, built on the idea of energy scarcity? Is it all just based on an illusion, a simple mistake of looking in the wrong dimension? This theory suggests that the answer might just be yes, and that the key to everything has been hiding in plain sight this whole time, gleaming with that familiar silver shine.